Hi, scholars, and welcome to Miss Imani B's classroom. I'm Miss B, and welcome to another episode of Miss B Reads Black History Month Bedtime Stories. Tonight, we will be reading Knock Knock, My Dad's Dream for Me, written by Daniel Beaty and illustrated by Brian Collier. I'm going to read the author's note to you, scholars, because it is so important that we understand why the author wrote this book. When I was a small child, my father was my principal caregiver. That means he was the main person who took care of him. While my mother was at the office working, my father would change my diapers, feed me, and let me ride on his shoulders to the grocery store. He also woke me up each morning with our private knock-knock game. When I was 3, he was incarcerated. That means he was sent to jail. My mother took me to visit him in prison, and he was behind glass. This experience was traumatic for me, and I was not allowed to visit my father again in prison for many years. As I grew older, I became aware of the tremendous void created by my father's absence. On my journey to adulthood, I realized how important it was for me to address the pain created by this separation. Later, as an educator of small children, I discovered how many of my students were also dealing with the loss of a father from incarceration, divorce, or sometimes even death. This experience promoted me to tell the story of this loss from a child's perspective and also to offer hope that every fatherless child can still create the most beautiful life possible. And then the illustrator also wrote a note. I was inspired by the incredible monologue Knock Knock by Daniel Beaty when I saw it performed. His emotional delivery and the moving text of a boy's struggles to navigate his way toward manhood, not completely alone, but without the presence of his father, helped set an emotional tone for the journey. The art is created in watercolor and collage and starts with the boy full of joy and light as he plays the knock-knock game with his father. When his father is no longer there, the boy's rainbow falls and his world crumbles beneath his feet. The sky in the art is not so blue, which symbolizes the boy's loss. But as we fast forward well into his manhood, the boy's days get better. However, he still longs for his father's presence. I connect with this story because it speaks to me as a son and a father, and I'm moved by the loss this child experiences without his father present to help answer life's questions about how to trust and love and become whole. These are universal themes that are not bound by race, socioeconomic status, or gender. This book is not just about loss, but also about hope, making healthy choices and not letting our past define our future. So, we're going to get into this book. It is about this dad's dream for me, so there is hope. But listening to the author and the illustrator's note, I know that there is a genuine purpose, a meaning for our reading of this book. I hope you enjoy it, and let's get started. Knock Knock, written by Daniel Beaty, illustrated by Brian Collier. My dad's dream for me. Every morning I play a game with my father. He goes knock knock on my door, and I pretend to be asleep till he gets right next to the bed. Then I get up and jump into his arms. Good morning, Papa. And my Papa, he tells me, I love you. We share a game. Knock, knock. And then one day, the knock never comes. I wait, but Papa's not there to play our game. And morning after morning, he never comes. He never comes to help me get ready for school. He never comes to cook my favorite scrambled eggs. He never comes to help me with my homework after school. I listen at the door, but I never hear his knock. And then I think, maybe he comes when I'm not home. So I decide to write him a letter and leave it on my desk. Papa, come home 'cause I miss you. Miss you waking me in the mornings and telling me you love me. Papa, come home 'cause there are things I don't know. And when I get older, I thought you could teach me how to dribble a ball, how to shave, how to drive, how to fix the car. Papa, come home, 'cause I want to be just like you, but I'm forgetting who you are. 2 whole months pass, and my letter to my papa still sits on my desk, but I leave it and wait for my papa's knock. And then one day, I come home from school, and on my desk, I find a letter from my father. Dear son, ask your mama to help you make those scrambled eggs we love. Remember to do your homework before you watch TV. I am sorry I will not be coming home. For every lesson I will not be there to teach you. Hear these words. As you grow older, shave in one direction with strong, deliberate strokes to avoid irritation. Dribble the page with the brilliance of your ballpoint pen. No longer will I be there to knock on your door, so you must learn to knock for yourself. Knock, knock down the doors that I could not. Knock, knock to open new doors to your dreams. Knock, knock for me, for as long as you become your best, the best of me still lives in you. Knock, knock, with the knowledge that you are my son and you have a bright, beautiful future. For despite my absence, you are still here. Knock, knock, who's there? You are. The end. Scholars, I hope that as you journeyed through life with the main character, you were able to see that from loss, he was able to find hope. We don't always have control over the circumstances that befall our lives, but we do have control on how we choose to address them and respond to them. I hope this book brings you a sense of joy. I hope this book brings you peace. I hope this book brings you hope for a better future, for a better tomorrow, for the ability to face any challenge that is thrown your way. Sweet dreams, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.